Hello there people, Vestin here, and I'm playing Tiny Guardians. We're not in the best of shapes at the moment, I'm a little bit under the weather, but then again these recordings are not supposed to be terribly rehearsed, they're not supposed to be necessarily perfectly manicured and so on. So it's fine for them to be a little impromptu and improvised, both, I guess. Well, let us begin. There are two types of armor, physical and magical. Fair enough. Okay, a house. A close-up of a house. Here we have a tiny creature of some description waking up. What a mess. Quite a rich environment. There's a cup with something spilled alongside it, an open wardrobe, an open door, most importantly. Has this person been burgled? There's suddenly a remote possibility. What happened? Oh no! She has her concerns. She has her hypothesis about the entire situation. She dresses up in her cloak, takes her cards, and off onto her journey she marches. Perhaps her conclusion is not that this is the culprit, but rather that she ought to visit someone in search of guidance and help. Okay, meet Lunali. Protect Lunali, the summoner in her travels. This is Lunali. She's tiny. I'm supposed to summon units to protect her. Reach the end of the road to win and defeat enemies to gain mana. That seems fairly straightforward, doesn't it? There are 3 slots for 3 abilities. There's a spellbook which presumably allows me to summon minions? Should I call them minions? Is that not too disrespectful of them? They're the same size as me. So, let's call them friends. Although I do summon them, so the relationship between us is somewhat uneven, to put it mildly. This is of course very reminiscent of Kingdom Rush. Here you have 3 slots instead of 2, although in Kingdom Rush Vengeance you will have 3 from what I recall. And here's the spellbook, because presumably you have freeform summoning instead of just building towers. And presumably she will be moving of her own accord, or can I control her? Summoning units. 1. Select a unit from your cards. Open a spellbook, select a card. Choose a slot to summon it to. Oh, there are designated slots, so it's not completely freeform. In fact, it's completely not freeform. She travels down a path, and around her you can build units. You can summon units. Okay. Will she go on her merry way of her own accord? First, let's... there's nothing to see here. There's seriously nothing to see here. Training trail on normal. I don't want it to be on normal. I want a higher difficulty level. We'll see to that later on. Can I click on the mushrooms? I can summon a knight or an archer. A knight costs 80 and so does the archer. I have 140 mana, so I can only summon one of them. Let's summon an archer instead of summoning the knight. Why the hell not? An archer on the back line. Archers are fast attackers. Quick and nimble, they can attack enemies even when they're traveling. Excellent. They can shoot on the move. That's quite nice. I don't have enough mana to summon another unit, so I guess I'll just have to start now and then summon more units as we go. A new enemy has been discovered. A direwolf cub. These cubs may not seem strong, but be careful. Larger ones are sure to follow. Well, they appear. Fight them. Down they go. Unit position. Unit positions can be swapped when traveling. Prepare a good formation before enemies attack. Swap down empty slot, or with other units. I can click her and place her elsewhere. Okay. Do you? Oh, you just dragged them. That's marvelous. Oh, she can travel in a. Can I move you, little hero? Move, archer. Some units aren't meant to be in the front lines. Drag them away to safety for them to be more effective in battle. So I can freefall move her. Double tap to trigger waves earlier. Double tap on what? The wolves? Yes, essentially. Is she immortal? At this point, yeah. Fine, fine, fine. Summon the next wave. I want to summon a knight. Knights are simple, sturdy, but slow. Great and affordable. They are the tanks of this game. Obviously. Come here, wolves. Dire wolves, wild and ferocious wolves that roam the Caspid Plains and surrounding forests. Region. Create an area that heals your party. Make sure you have the units you want in range. Move them on more coverage. Fair enough. I can cast a spell. I have to drag it and drop it. Go, brave knight. Tank for me. No, 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 no. Pull aggro, pull the aggro. There we go. Let's get moving. What? How? Skilled marksman will take the enemy down from afar to get the treasures. Fine. Bandits. Oh, right. Of course, of course. Pull her back. Actually, let's change the slots. Highwaymen. Ooh, mana. Attack them! Oh my goodness, when the wolves close in, the archers just bash them with the bow. I guess that's viable. This is fine. I can't move Lunarly. I can just move her followers. This is the destination, isn't it? Yay! We've traveled the shortest of distances. Can I increase the difficulty level? Ah, this is all I know. These are the tips. There's 27 of them, I might as well get through them. Oh boy. Units regain health when in spirit form. It will revive at 6% health. What? You can stop a unit by double tapping. You can dismiss units, but you'll get only half the mana they cost. The warrior class units focus on defending from enemies with high health points. You mean the warriors have a high health pool? Not that they only protect from enemies with high health points. That's that's ambiguous. Range units focus on destroying enemies. Yes. Magic attacks signal physical armor and vice versa. Yep. Stealth class units focus on protecting the summoner from harm. Makes sense. The units are moved, the enemies attacking them will retarget to others, even the summoner. So you don't want to try and kite them. You don't want to be too smart. For your own good. Because when you move a unit, they will just ignore it as it repositions. They are not going to be kited by it. They are not going to chase it. They will just switch targets. So that can be useful. It can be useful. If you have too many units, you can presumably ping-pong the enemy between them. Don't forget to check what enemies are ahead for summoning new units. That does make sense. These decisions have to be appropriate for the circumstances. Positioning units strategically before fight will result in more efficient battles. Obviously, sometimes upgrading a unit is better than summoning a new one. That does make sense. Because apparently you can upgrade them. Items stay for a while before being picked up automatically. So you can pick them up manually to get them quicker, but you will get them eventually even if you leave them be. Ranged units are way less effective in melee combat. Yeah, I've seen that in action. There are two types of armor, physical and magic. I've seen that on top. On enemy waves with timers to trigger them earlier. Doing so grants star points. Star points are reduced whenever the enemy receives damage. That's unfortunate. 4 stars can be earned from each level. Details of unit skills can be found in the unit collection. Information on every encounter can be found in the enemy collection. Hunters specialize in detecting stuff in skies enemies. Level 3 clerks heal removes all negative statuses from the healed units. Ooh, removes debuffs. Cleanses. Upgrades can be reset to suit your needs for different levels. Nice. Convenient. In challenge modes, there is no star point penalty when it receives damage. Makes perfect sense. It's important to know. Boss type enemies are not affected by status elements like stun, poison, blind, etc. Also important to know. So you just barrage them with damage then. Flying enemies dodge melee attacks well. Split your units up when battling enemies that have splash damage. Seems reasonable enough. Enemies like Melkis, Maltese, and Maglams deal splash damage. Alright. That tells me nothing. Heal all the enemies we've encountered so far. Yeah, these also seem familiar, don't they? Then again, as little one can do to be horribly original. Yeah, the units that we know. How many are they? We know the Archer and the Knight. Are these just alternative skins for them? So we have the basic version, the 1-star version, 2-star version, 3-star version, and the crown version of each unit. Apparently. Ah yes, there we go. So the upgrades that can be researched for the warrior, the range unit, the magical unit, and the stealth unit. Don't like spells, complete the fractured forest. I have 3 stars to spend. More hit points for the warrior. Increase attack speed for the range unit. Can't quite upgrade the magical unit because I have an unlocked one. Can't upgrade the dodge and the stealth unit since I don't have the stealth unit unlocked. Well, in that case, I'm going to upgrade attack speed. Hold on, what is this? Beast defense. Fine. Let's upgrade attack speed on the range unit, as well as movement speed. Magnificent. Can I replay it on a higher difficulty? Of course I can. So the story mode and the challenge mode. So as a story mode prompt, excellent. Gathering her cars, lonely sets off in search of her master. Feeling traces of the sorceress magic on the trail heading downwards, she heads towards the Caspid Plains. Completed in normal mode. But you can complete it on any of these 3 difficulty levels. So maybe, just maybe, I should complete it on hard mode. And then end into challenge mode. Yes, I know. You're on your way to see your master. If only there was a way to skip this. I've been through this already. Alright. Summon a knight. And go. When you're out of combat, you can switch to any of these 3 positions. When you're in combat, you're limited. You're not limited anymore. Yeah, I know. When you're in combat, you can switch them freeform within distance, within the circle. Yes, trigger the wave earlier. Attack it! I think I'll take 2 knights this time. Charge! Doesn't matter if my other units get hurt. All that matters is Lunali's well-being. Right? Seems so. Let's go. Nope. Go to the front. What am I supposed to... Not dragging anyone to the back. It's not the way to go. This is fine. Perfectly fine. I just need enough mana to summon an archer, and it'll be perfect. There we go, 3 slots. I'll heal them soon enough. Heal up. Yes! Right, go and defend from that angle. Oh boy. Oh no. This is fine, this is fine. The knights are tanking, as they should. Yes, heal up to full! Perfect! We're back in formation, and we've reached the destination. So let me get this straight. It doesn't matter what difficulty level you beat this on. You still ultimately get as many stars as you do. And to get the 4th star, you need to complete the mission and challenge mode. Test your limits. Enemies are stronger and units cannot be revived. Overcoming this mode grants a sparkly star. Upgrades level 1. No warrior, no revives. Level 1 upgrades, eh? More health on the warrior. And a rapid fire on the archer. Just the option of picking skins instead of having 4 options when you only have 2 unit types to pick from. But let's proceed to challenge mode anyway. We can overcome challenge mode on hard difficulty. Whatever. I'm up for it. Fine. Summon an archer. Giddy up. Down they go. Excellent. Down here. Another one. If you do not throw them far enough, they will simply refuse to move, which is, I guess, a quirk of this being a mobile port. Yeah, you move something away. Or someone. At which point they retarget, which allows the unit you've moved to get a shot off. Ping pong them. Which means, and presumably the optimal choice is to move them as short of a distance as you possibly can. Although there's a minimum distance, beyond which you do not move them whatsoever. So you have to factor that in as well. Okay, you ping-pong your own units then, I guess. Move them one direction, then stop them immediately. Oh, you can double-click them to stop them. Summon a 3rd one. You move whichever is getting aggro. There we go, that's what you do. The unit drawing aggro is the one you move, and then you keep ping-ponging them, except that you can't move the summoner. So if the summoner is getting targeted, you're out of luck. See, this is fine. For now. Get these guys. Don't let them shoot the summoner. Oh no. Go the aggro. Don't let Lunali die. Give me the healing. Yes! Lovely! Oh my goodness, that was a close call. Wow! Got the 4th star.